Hello, and welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. I'm going to continue with my game where I've solved so far 351 puzzles. I think last time I had... What had I done? I had finished the area sum. Area sum? What was it called? It was these. Area number puzzles. And actually I remember in doing my little edit, to drop chapters on the different puzzles. At one point I scrolled over to this area and I said, oh, maybe this is part of the same area as that because I don't see another window here, while my mouse pointer was over top of this window. So yeah, looking back at that was a little bit embarrassing, but hey, it was funny all the same. So I think I'm going to go in this little optional looking area here before I move on in these directions. So let's see what we have. What's this one? Match. All regions must have the same shape. Okay. Is that really a new rule? Isn't it just shape bank with only one shape? I think it is, but whatever. Okay, we've got match and polyomino. Alright, it's given us a palette of red and orange for this one. Okay, so since we've got match and we've got this polyomino, we know that every shape needs to be an L. So there's only one way that that can go, and then, well, we just go from there, don't we? Oh, now I've got options. Do I have options? I can't point northeast, because then this one would be a gap. I can't point northwest, because there'd be a gap. I could point southwest. I can't point southeast, so I must point southwest. Okay, and then we move on. Easy peasy. Number 2. All regions must be one of these shapes and match. I see why it's different from shape bank. So now it's saying that it has to be, everything has to be one of these 3, but I don't necessarily know which. This does get interesting. Okay, so if everything had to be a T, I can already see that's not possible. Because in order to fill this space, I either need a T going here where there's no space, or I need a T going like this, and that leaves this one a gap. So it's not going to be a T. Let's L, T, and Cassiopeia. I don't know if anyone else calls it that, but I do. No T. Alright, can we have L's? Well, it's the same problem, isn't it? If I have an L there, the only way an L can go in this gap is down or up, and it can't do either because of that. So no, it is not an L. So everything's going to be a Cassiopeia. And then the only way, again, that I can fill that spot is like so. So that's what we have. And this one can't go rightwards, so it must go leftwards. There we go. Nice and easy. Clear those notes. And on to the next. Puzzle number 3. So precision 4. So it must be a tetromino. And they must all be the same. So I can already see how to do this. Everything's an eyepiece. Nice. Okay. I can't rotate. I thought for a second that I could. Well, let's go here. I don't know. Match and precision 3. So there's only 2 triominoes, and they are the eyepiece and the, what I call I think I usually call an angle, a tiny L. So they can't be all eyepieces, because look, if I put one here, then I can't put one here. So we are doing angles, and that's the only way that we can put an angle here, and the only way we can, yeah, easy peasy. Next, let's go here. Match and rose windows. So I must only have 2 regions because there are 2 rose windows. So it's going to have to be something like that. So far these have been straightforward, but I'm sure things are going to get much harder. Do you know what? I'm going to... Oh, sneaky guy. I'm going straight down there. So this and everything around it need to be different, but it could be one shape, or it could be more than one shape. Now this is much harder. Well, what's stopping it from being all singles? There's nothing stopping it from being all singles. That's interesting, because since there's only one unique solution to every puzzle in this game, that means that no other shape could have done it. So I wonder how many people, and I'm sorry if, I don't know if this is common or if everyone's, or if nobody's, I should mind my words. I wonder how often people spend a lot of time trying various different shapes only to find that nothing works before finally seeing the simple solution. Anyway, that was fun. Oops. Next. I can see why they hid that one away, because it was kind of an asshole puzzle. Is there anything else hiding below? Oh, I thought I saw something here for a second. Hiding in the trees. In fact, zoom in a little, in case I missed any from last time. Just looking out for beams of light. Beam. Okay, how to choose? Oh, 4. Maybe not 4 just yet. Okay, so we're either doing big old L's, big chunky O's, giraffe Loch Ness giraffes, and big T's. Right, what can I rule out? I can rule out the big O's just from the fact that this square exists. So, big L, O, no. Giraffe, Loch Ness giraffes, big T's. So, could we be Loch Ness giraffes? Is it that tall? Yeah, it's that tall. Well, that's the only way one would fit here. And so can we then... I don't think so. I don't think we can. I don't think there's another way to put one here, is there? Yeah, it would have to be like that. And then I can't fit one in here. So I think we're not doing Loch Ness giraffes. What about T's then? So we would be starting like this, and then it would have to be like this, and then what? What here? No, that doesn't look good, does it? So I think that's a no. And so I think that leaves the big L's. So there's two ways it could go here though. It could go that way, or this way. That would force this. And then there's two ways that could go. It could be one of these, but then we'd be stuck here because... Oh, no, not stuck. Alright, so I think these are must and this one isn't. So I should use the tools that I'm given to sort of notice when I'm starting to make guesses. So if that's that way, then this must be this way, this must be this way. I think, no, there's a couple of options here. This is one of them. Oh, well that works, so I guess I got lucky there. Yeah, over here... I was here, wasn't I? The other option... Shit, no, I don't remember what I did. I think that's what I tried. So the other option would have been doing this. Oh, but then immediately I can see that wouldn't work. Yeah. So yeah, if only I'd tried the broken one first. Then... Oh yeah, I can see how I couldn't go with logic. Yeah, that's a much better, a much more, I don't know, reputable way to solve it. Okay, let's go down here. Rose windows. I like rose windows. So we have 3 matching regions, and what button was it again? Control? 27. So we need regions of size 9. What are they going to look like? Matching shapes. Wow, this seems like it's going to be difficult. Well, that must go this way. But then what? I don't know. I'm tempted to do something like this, and then oops. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Huh. Maybe I should have seen that quicker. Next, we have another 2 over here. Oh, wow, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 regions. So this one has to collect this and come out and go up. It can't go left or right, it's going to keep going. Now it needs green. Which green is it going to grab? It's certainly not going to grab this green, or these are all screwed. So it's going to have one of these. Oh, it must go up again at least one more time. Then what? Well, if it went all the way to there, there's no way I'd get more shapes of that kind, so it's got to be one of these. And if it got that one, there'd be no way for... Oh, hang on. If it did get that one... Well, yeah, I can't put another massive C shape in there, so it can't be. So I think... it's got to collect this one. I don't know what kind of shape, though. It might do this, or this. And it might have sort of some extra, you know? My gut says that, because I can make that shape like this. I think that's going to be it. I think we've got to sort of got 2 yin-yangs going on. So how can I construct these yin-yangs over here? I think it's going to be here and here. Yeah, there we go. That was a rather nice puzzle. Oh, something popped. It says uniformity, restore the match window. And there it is, restored. Okay, let's go down here. Oh, 4, maybe not. Ah, do you know what? Let's do it. Oh boy. So, it's either little lines, or L's, or I'm going to call them teardrops. So, lines, L's, or teardrops, or B's, or something. So, can it be lines? Let's find out. Okay, so let's say... I know this is meant to be definitely correct, but I guess I'm using it... Assuming that there are eyepieces, then definitely correct. So now I have to make a decision. Because I don't think there's any way that I can... know anything for certain here. It probably is, but... Alright, say for a moment that you go that way. Then we'd have to have this, and then we're stuck. So let's say instead we go this way, then we'd have something like this. Well, this is looking actually quite good. Alright, let's say that this is for sure. Now, oh, actually these would have to both be like this. And we're stuck, aren't we? There aren't enough, this is the wrong number of squares. I should have checked this before. 55 is not divisible by 3. So it's certainly not that. Should have known that from the get-go. 55 also is not divisible by 4, so not this. 55 is divisible by 5. Okay, so now we're cooking. Alright, so the only way one fits is like so. And that's the only thing that's going to work here. Now, I don't know if that's going to go right or up, but we can move to here. What else? Still could be right or up. Where can I be logical from there? What about this piece? It can't connect to a shape over here, so it must connect to a shape on the left. Okay, then we're moving again. What about now? Yeah, you can't connect to a teardrop place on the left, so you must be on the right. That's easy enough. This won't be able to have its own piece on the left, so there we go. Good. Ooh, rose windows again. Okay, well I can say this much is true. And this. And, well, and this and this. But then what? We've got four of these things. So it's safe to say that each of these outside ones is distinct, I think. Yeah, if they connected, then there'd be no space to have 4 of them. But then what? So 2 of them are going to have to collect a blue from the center. So I think what's going to happen is that this one is somehow going to pick up either the yellow or the red. In fact, this one has to get a red from here. So this has to get the yellow. This is going to have to get the red. And then we've got this coming to here and this coming to here. And then we'll have a rotational symmetry of order 4. Okay. So if you're getting your yellow from there, then you're not getting your yellow from here. There's no way for anyone else but you to get this yellow. So you're going to have it. You're having this. You, I think, are going to have this yellow. No. Because you've already got this yellow. So you're going to have this one. You are going to have this one. So I'm going to redraw this line. Like so. To make it a bit more like reality. Then the only red that makes sense is this. So you're going to have this one. And you're going to have this red. Okay, from there I think I can do this. It's kind of got a spiral. So you're going to have that red. That means you're coming this way, you're coming this way, you're going this way. You need this yellow. Therefore we've got that, that, and that. You need this yellow. So what's that shape? Like this. You also need that. So we're going one further on the one we just did. And... oh, and you need this. What? Oh. Yeah, there we go. No? No. This one. This one. Oh, this is hard to think about. Neat. Should have, yeah, there we go. That'll do. Okay. That was good. Rose windows again. 2 rose windows. So we are doing at least this. We're doing this. We're doing this. And this. We're doing that. Because if not, if we didn't do that, green would have to go there and then there's no space for red. Now how am I going to make these the same? Well, you are 6, you are 7, and there's 9 more. So you need... Well, blue needs to be bigger. We need to give 4 more to blue and 3 more to red. So at least those 2. And at least that. Oops. I wanted that green. The palette here is interesting. It's given us 3 different colours, but we're only going to have 2 shapes. How do I make these shapes the same? Okay, so this part here looks like it's probably this part. But then I need the end of that to curl back on itself, like so. So that's that and that. Now I need this to grow, so we're coming out of its back. That's this part. Yeah, oh, that's it. I didn't realise that I'd already soaked up the 11 that I needed. Or maybe I got numbers wrong earlier, I don't know, but there we go. That's nice. Who's next? Looks like there's only 2 more here. Or 3 more, rather. I wonder if there's some hiding... Oh, is that one behind? Or do the windows have their own sort of glow, but it's for some reason coming out from behind them? I don't know. Anyway, let's I'll leave that center one till the end. Oh. Why do we have falling pieces? Oh, they've always got falling pieces, do they? Had I just not noticed? Oh look, they sort of bounce off. I'd never paid attention to these nice effects. So when we zoom into one, are we actually in its... Are we still looking at the world around us? Had I never realised that? Oh. I guess I'm somewhat blind, aren't I? I'm just wondering if there's one hiding behind. So the camera's actually moving in the same world and looking it down at this from above, I mean. I'd never realised that I can look around at the surroundings. That's these rocks. Neat. It would be nice to have a sort of a camera movement animation to take us between the 2 views, but I can see why they might have chosen not to do that, so as not to kind of reveal other puzzles that might have been hiding, because we're not allowed to rotate the camera, right? So it would be sort of another kind of rotation. So perhaps that's why they don't have that animation. That would be nice though. Okay, precision 11 and match. So it's 2 per, and we need the same shapes everywhere. Ooh, that sounds hard. Okay, so given there's a hole here, I'm tempted to say that this shape is the same as this, rotated 90 degrees. But this is... If I rotated this up and down, as I see it now, would be the width of this, but it's... This one's only 4 and this is 5. So I think we've got the 2 shapes sort of slotted together slightly differently, but I think I can map... Yeah, that gap is gonna have to be... Nah, I don't know how to put that into words. Well, I think it's safe to say that that and that are separate pieces. But then what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is taller. So what does that mean? Let's say if this went all the way up, this would only go this high. So then this piece, let's say we do something like this. I don't know, is it gonna be something like this? Eight, 9, 10, 11. That... I feel like I might have cheated that a bit. Like I didn't really use any logic there. Or not much at all, at least. Well, we have been silvered. And apparently there are another 9 to find. So where? Oh, well. Oh, some other things have lit up. Okay, so perhaps I can find them all. Right, let's go in the middle of this little nice spiral. Precision 4 and match. Okay. So my first instinct again is to try eyepieces and see how far that gets me. And not very far is the answer. So we've got I, O, Z, T, and L. Are they all of the tetrominos? I think they are. So, not I. Maybe I should just double check that I'm not being an idiot really quick. That must be like that, must be like that. Must be like this, and this, and this, and this, and we're stuck already. No, wrong button. Can I undo that? Yes. So, O pieces won't work. I can see that. And then, sure, why not try Zs? What can I say from there? Here. Yeah, it would either have to be there, which doesn't make sense, or there. Those are the only options, I think. So here, it's a couple of options, but then... it could be like that, and then this. Or it could be like that, and then stuck here. So yeah, it would have to be this way. And then... well, I could do that, but then there's nothing here. So I think I would have to do this, this... it would have to be like so... and like so, and like so, and like so... and like so, and like so. Oh, there we go. So I didn't even get to try T's and L's. I probably... yeah, I could have ruled out L immediately. I might have had to try T. T there... yeah, I would have had to try it. Good. Next. You. Okay, rose windows and matchy-matchy. Well, what can I say? You need to get blue somehow. But you can go via red. There are only 2 regions. If this were to get this red, and then it needs one of these blues, I don't think we're going to be able to match like that. So I think that you are going to have this blue. I'm not certain about that. And then I think we're going to have something like this. I don't know. This is it's all very guessy. I think we're mirroring vertically. Does that make sense? Something doesn't feel right here. Why can't I see this? This doesn't look right. This doesn't look right at all. What if it's more like this? There we go, yeah. Yeah. Good. 2 difficulty here. Precision 4. Alright, so what are our options again? It's definitely not O pieces. It's definitely not I pieces. It can't be T pieces either. What about L's and Z's? Let's have a look at L's. So we could do something like this. And then we'd have a couple of options. I couldn't L here, because nothing would go here, so I could L there perhaps. Then what? Then I'd have here, here, and here. Oh, okay, that was it. Great. I don't know if I'm approaching these right. I wonder if I should be, you know, thinking harder before I just try one of the shapes. Precision 5. These are much harder since I don't know the pentominoes very well. My gut feeling is that it's going to be long L's. But no. No, I don't think that's right. What about this kind of L's? No, that one's not going to work either. Long eyes isn't going to work. What about teardrops? Teardrops feels right. It does feel right. Yeah, there we go. Rose windows and match. Oh, this is going to be hard work. This is going to be very hard work. Let's see. How can I begin? Well, next to this, there's a gap here. How am I going to work in that same gap? And the answer is I don't think you can. Say that this was one region enveloping that. There's nowhere else I can have a gap for the other color. So that means both regions are going to have to touch this hole. Yeah, that's what I said. With neither of them completely enveloping it. And what does that mean? I don't know. Oh, this one seems very hard. Considering coming back to this later. I'm tempted to just sort of assume that they both have their own sort of zone. How symmetrical is this? Is this rotationally symmetrical other than this hole? No, it isn't. Is there a line of symmetry? Again, I don't think so. Oh, it's just so amorphous, this thing. I really don't know how to approach this one. So, I can't just go ahead and say that this is part of this, because it could be that this one takes the top and this other one wraps around the back. could even be that, you know, that's the only touch point that it has there. If this one did come around here, it would have all of that. And then what? Can I say more about that? I don't know. I wonder if there's another strategy to this. I wonder if I can sort of fill the areas and then remove rather than add. So generally when I've done these, I've tried to just always add. What if instead I remove? So let's see, where are we to start with? We're at 22 and 20. Alright, so if I were to make them... Wait, so that's now it's the other way around. So I've got to sort of decide which bits of one correspond to which bits of the other, haven't I? I don't have the foggiest idea of how to do that. I have a feeling this is not the way to go. I think I will come back to this later, just because I have... Maybe there'll be a puzzle that more gently introduces the... introduces what I should be doing here. So, which one was that? I don't know, but I'll come back to it. There's still some kind of effect happening here, isn't there? Or maybe not. Okay, let's... Oh, 5. Let's go strictly up in number from now. Maybe I'll get some tutorials. So I think the easiest one left is a 3. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, match precision 8. Okay. And I need 4 of them. So I can confidently say that this much is true. And I know we've got some separate shapes here. I can see another, yeah, there's another reason it's not the same as Shape Bank. It doesn't even give me any idea of what they'll be. Yeah. Where do we go from here? Well, this game has got a lot harder, hasn't it? So I'm wondering, obviously this is an important constraint, this these solder lines here, but how do I work them in to strategy? How do I think around them? Well, this and this need to be separate regions. Could this be anything but this region? I think that's the question I need to ask. Could it be anything else? Well, it can't be part of this. I suppose it could potentially be part of this one, but then there's just not enough space for this. This could then be part of this region. This could work, I think. This would then be limited. It could only be 6 because this one needs to get out. So no, I don't think that is possible. I think this has to be a separate region, and this has to be part of this region. And then, yeah, this can't be something else. This has to be part of this one. So I think we could connect these. This one I don't know. So I think that'll be disambiguated later. Now, this one still needs more space. It needs 8. It's only got 4. It might have a 5, so it needs at least 6. It needs... Well, it could go to the right. Okay, even if it does go to the right, it still needs to go up. No, not necessarily, because it could take this spot. 5, 6, 7, 8 it could be. Like so. Or like so. Can't go left. Can I draw a line there? Not necessarily. It might do this. And it might have something like this. So I don't think I can fill any further than that right now. Okay, what about over here? You're 5 at the moment. You might have that. You would still need at least 2 more, which could be this. Or, no, it can't be that. So it's going to have to at least be this one, and then you must have that. So I think this gives us a pretty good idea of what the shape's going to look like. Because this only needs to grow in one direction, and it's certainly not that way. So we're either having... I don't know what to call that. Or we're having... Running Man's legs. So let's try and copy that shape to here. This could be the teardrop. And then I'd need something like this. Is that right? I'm not sure if that's right. I'm flipped, aren't we? We're flipped. So I don't know why my brain can't spatially flip things around. I'm not very good at it. So teardrop, we follow this. Yeah, is that right? How would I make you run? I would put one there, wouldn't I? Yeah. So I think right now we've got the same shape here. So we've got 2 options. We're either from running. If I do this, I do this. If I do this, then I do something that I can't do there. Is there another way to look at this? This blob. If that's the teardrop instead here, I'm saying if this is the same as this, then what? We need a tail, which would be this. And we also need, on the same side as the tail, we need a hook like that, and we're not allowed that. So we can't look at it that way. Instead, I think we need to... Yeah, look at the way I looked at to start with. And that means we need something out the back, which is this. And we can't do Running Man legs. That's what I'm saying, in case you weren't with me. We can't do Running Man legs, because that would require us to do this. So instead, we must grow it this way. And that's this. I think that is accurate. So then how are we going to get the same shape here? And here? I don't immediately know the answer. Something's got to go there. Is that the shape? No. Oh, you're only 7. Is it like that? I cannot rotate these shapes in my mind. So I need the body. Where is the body? It could be here, I suppose. Could it? That would be this, and then... Oh no, I'm so bad at these. 2, 3, 4 in one direction. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the other direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So this has to reach to here. And then I still can't. There we go. That was really hard. I found that really hard. Okay, next. Is this the one I tried before? No, this is something else. Okay. 2's angles are 4's, and it's 42. Does 42 divide by 3? It does, right? I think it does. 3 goes into 4 one time, remainder 1. 3 goes into 12 4 times. Okay, so 14 times. 14 times 3. I found that very difficult. Brain not firing on all cylinders today. Okay. So it could be... Wait, does 4 go into 42? No. No, it doesn't. 10.5 times. So I can rule that out. So it's either 2's or those guys, not those guys. Alright. So... I wonder if there's a place that I could spot where there's only one way to do things. I am tempted to just sort of start and see how far we get. So I'm trying with 2's, clearly. Stuck. Unless I screwed something up. So let's say it's L's. Okay, now we're moving. I suppose I could have started there. Or there. Let's see, if I go down, that looks okay. If I go up, does not look okay. Down looks okay. Don't know which way you go. Oh, if I go down, that's bad. Okay. Now what? Can't do that. So I must do... Can't do that. So I think... No, can't do that. Oh, have I screwed up? No good. No good. No good. Oh, that looks okay. There we go. That one was... Which one was that? I don't know. It's behind there. Okay, match and precision. I, O, T, L, Z. Constantly wondering if I've remembered all of the tetrominos. Okay, we try eyes. And it's not going to work. Not them. O's isn't going to work. I doubt T's will work. So there's various ways it could fit. So I'll try something else. Let's try... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to start. I don't know, I'm just going to pick a spot and just try to put some T's. No good. But there could be other ways to start, so... L's. There's got to be a logical way to begin. but I don't know what it is. Try some Zs. Zs isn't going to work, is it? Like, how would I put something here? I can do that, but it's broken. And I can do that, but then it's broken. So no, Zs won't work. I guess I could just erase them when they're not going to work. Maybe it's better to cross them off, then I know what I've tried. Yeah. Alright, I'll try T's again. Okay, let's think about this spot. It can work 3 different ways. Either that way, or that way, or that way. Is there a spot will only work 2 ways? This, or this. That's all. Alright, so only 2 ways here, and that's no good, so we have to try this way, and then only that's good, and then only that's good, only that's good, and only that's good. Oh, we're done. Nice. That was... Was that this? No. I thought it was behind something. Oh, this one here. Yeah. Done you, yeah. Oh dear, gonna have to get back to that one that I couldn't do, aren't I? What about down here? Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. Wow. What am I looking at here? Are these... That's the other nearby puzzles, isn't it? That's weird how it shows rose windows on them, but not much else. Strange. Well, okay. Which is the lowest by difficulty? Is it just 2 4s and a 6? A 4, 5 and a 6? Yeah. Oh, hang on. There's 4 of them. Okay, 2 4s, a 5 and a 6. Oh boy. Alright. Let's do this. Okay. One of them's got to get way over here. Is that where I should start? So, let's say for a second that I don't know which route it takes, but let's say it's this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It needs something 8 across. Now, let's say that it took a more circuitous route to give maximum amount of space possible to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There isn't enough space for it to get anything 8 across. If it were this one, it's 9 across. So that's even less possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 7 available sideways. So I think that means that these must be connected. And if they are, I know that all of these tiles are connected too, because nothing else can get round to them. So I think this much, I think this might be a good start. And that's 10 squares. It's 45 total, so what's that? That's 45 divided by 15 each, so I need 5 more for this. And now you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 by 5 at least for each of these. Now someone's got to get this, and it's probably purple. If it weren't, I think we're going to see the same problem as a minute ago. You're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, maybe I can do that. And then can you get 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can. But then what? Okay, say that you fill up that, which you would have to. Can I make that shape with you? Can I make that shape with you? Well, hang on. What are my other options here? If it's you, then what? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across. I need something 6 across with this kind of fork at the end. Pretty sure it's safe to assume at least this much. I think I'm going to go forth with an assumption something like this for a moment. Now, are these the same as each other? So they're sitting on each other right now. And no, I can't make them the same shape, can I? Oh, so I need this to be 11 big. Oh, sorry, I need it to be 15 big. So I suppose I could, I don't know, loosen this up to give this more space. But then how can I possibly make that shape and have it hit here? I don't think that's going to be possible. So I think that purple is going to have to take this spot. We're 11 there. A different green. That's fine. I want a darker purple. I changed my mind. That's good. Just I'm struggling. I can't see how to, I can't see any steps of logic that I should be taking. Now, what was I saying before? This was a 6 by 5 box, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a 6 by 5 bounding box that I need to achieve with each of these. So this is the left extent that it can have. So you need to go as far as this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here or here. So at least that much, possibly more. And that's the extent here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least this far. If you're going that far. So I guess I should say this much for sure, and possibly 1 more or 2 more in each direction. And you could potentially go 1 further south. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've got to be at least that big. And say you go left 1, or you don't necessarily, but say you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got to be 3, 4, 5. You'd have to be at least this big. Does this help me? And then the 6th direction takes you to there, or there. Is this helpful? Someone's got to reach this. This one could be one longer in the backwards direction, which would allow one of these to stretch a bit further. But this one, if this went all the way to the end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's 8, and purple couldn't possibly be long enough. If the green one got it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This could only be possible if it reaches left. I think I've been through this logic already. And I need 4 more. Yeah, we did go through this, didn't we? It wouldn't necessarily have to look exactly like this, because this green one might be a different shape. But that's the 15 that it needs. It doesn't feel like I'm going to be able to get any shape of purple that green could match while spanning all the way to there. But that's really going on guesswork. No, I want that other purple back. Yeah. So if it is this purple instead, how am I going to make this shape? So maybe I should be looking at red and purple, since they're the one constrained by edges. Let's ignore green for a moment. So I've got sort of a enforced edge too long here, and I've got the same here and here and here. So one of these is probably one of these. There could also be another double edge here, and I'd say that's likely. So how am I going to match these up? Well, here we've got 3 in a row, which I could do here, but then, well, this extends in both directions from there, so it can't be this. There's 3 in a row here. I think that's going to have to be the match there. Let's say that that and this are equivalent. So then on one side, we've got this bump. Let's say for a moment that that's this. Then what? We bump in the other direction on the other side. That's this. And zig. So that's zigging. But then I've got to go 2 more and come back on ourselves. So that's 1, 2 more and come back on ourselves. These currently are the same. They're not the same shape. This goes out that way. This one will have to go this way. Am I looking at that right? Okay, so maybe it doesn't take this square. But then what? Where are we again? This is this. This is the long part here. The only direction I can go from the long part would be down here, and I can't do that. So the other end could grow. So if I made this a ball, for example, no, that would be here. So we can't do that. But what we can do is sort of bolster this triple part, I suppose. And we still need a few more. How am I going to get this one to do the same? Can I do this? I'm finding it so hard to, I think I want to clear my notes. This is line A, and that is here. And we've got a zig and then a 4. Let's call the 4B. A zig and then 4B. So from B, I don't know what I'm doing yet, but from A, we need a zig. I'll call that C. Zig is C. Maybe we should do arrows for sort of a certain side of the line. So B comes along and zigs in one direction. Let's point the direction of the zig. B comes along, we zig. So same side as that. A is that way. B is that way. Same side as that zig. And C, same side as the zig. Okay, so opposite the arrow is what I was talking about, putting something here, and that's clearly not going to work there. Oh. Yeah, this is no good. That's not the same side as this at all. I think these cannot be the same. Because they need more squares, but there's no space, is there? Unless I've sort of misaligned them with each other. Just to double check myself. Are these definitely not the same shape? No. Not the same shape. If I do that now, yeah, then the match rule isn't unhappy. So they are the same at that point. And that suggests that I can do the same, but that's not that, is it? Yeah, I don't know. So maybe I'm just not right to match them up in this way. Yeah, I am sure that this purple gets to this end for logic that I went through earlier. Just nothing else could reach in a way that allows the other shapes to grow to be the same size. So if this doesn't map the way that I said with this, then how does it? I don't know. Is there even another option? What if I'm barking up the wrong tree and somehow it's green that comes up here? Is that possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in one direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, there's nowhere for red to grow. Well, I suppose... No, there's no 7 for it to have. And it would be ludicrous for purple to come and get that. So I do think that this is connected. Different red, please. Better. So was I along the right lines, trying to map this 4 to be here? What if it's something like that? What if that's this 4? Is that possible? Let's point. I don't know which way we're going to point here. But I need a blobby. I can't put the blobby there or here. So it has to be there. And that's clearly nonsense because this can't go anywhere. So no, I don't think I can map it to this. What if it's here instead? With a blob out the back. Okay, say the blob is here. I then need to follow the blob for another 4 this way. Clearly that can't work. So say it's not there. Say it's here. Then I'd have this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the arrow points away from the blob. So we'd have this and this and this. Wait, right? What am I doing? This doesn't look the same. What am I doing? Oops. Let's back up. Let's somewhere this. So I'm saying what I'm trying to figure out is if this line can be this line. And it needs a flag on it. So where is the flag? So I was saying the flag can't be here because this would need to extend upwards. So if the flag is... And I think I said it can't be here, did I? Same side as the... so we've got... No, because I would then need this. That would be this just here. So we can't have that. So no, the flag being there is no good. So what if the flag is here? Opposite side of the flag, I need to extend 4. So there's the flag, and on the back of it, sort of needs to be a double flag, and then extend a bunch in that direction. Another 3, so there's not room for that. So I think that's no good. Is there anywhere else that it could go? Not that I can see. So could you be... Well, I think I already looked at this. If it's there... Well, then we need a whole bunch of stuff here, which we can't do. Oh, it fades out if I try to draw off the edge. Huh. Is that the same on all sides? Yeah. So yeah, we can't do that. What about here? I've got this and this. I'd have this. got a box there. That would have to be here. And then after that box, I've got to go down another 1, 2, and then jog left. So that box, 1, 2, jog left. 1, 2, jog left. But then I also need this. Like that. I don't know why I'm drawing this way. So right now, they are the same as each other, but they're only 13. Oh wait, I didn't draw this part. Oh, and I didn't draw that. 14, 15, I'm missing something, I'm missing that. So right now they're the same. That looks a bit like that. Let's say that's it. Oh. Was that easy? Am I stupid? I found that so hard. Alright. But it's done. How are we? Yeah, just one more for gold, and I can see 3 more puzzles. My goodness, I'm finding this area very hard. And I keep on saying that I like when there's rose windows, but ugh. Alright, let's attack this again. Right. My logic from earlier was that I cannot envelop this because there's no other hole that I can make somewhere else in a region. So both of these regions must touch this but not envelop it. It would be wild for this to connect to this one here. Would that be possible? $42, so we need 2 21s. Say we're doing this. I don't even know how to... Like, we could have something wild like this coming around here and... I don't know, something like that. It wouldn't be completely... It doesn't seem completely ridiculous. How big are you guys? 20 and 20. Am I going to accidentally solve it here? I sort of hope not. Good. It might be close for all I know. And if you know the solution, then perhaps frustrating to watch. But this is, you know, this is a complete wild guess, so I don't really know where it could even be close. So, got sort of a Cassiopeia over here. That could be like this one, I guess. So, I'm saying that that's that for a moment, and that this end is this end. It's already not looking right at all. So we've got this, which turns back on itself here, but it doesn't have to. We continue and we go again, continue and go again. Then we got to keep going. We can't do that. How do I begin? So whoever's here, you could come from either. I was about to say must also be here, but that isn't true because it could be something like this with a different shape here. I mean, I can connect those and 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 those. But does that help me? I don't know. Can I do more than that? don't know. I don't think that helps me at all, doing that. I think I do need to see matching sort of edges, but my mind doesn't seem to have that kind of spatial reasoning available. What if I make a bold assumption that some edge up here corresponds to some edge down here somewhere? Would that be useful? Like here, I don't... if they were all connected, where would sort of the other side of that be? Where would its mirror be? And so I sort of think it's not. Like that much could be. And then I'd have maybe this to mirror it. And then perhaps something reaching down like this would correspond to something reaching like this. I don't know. I don't know how to approach it. May have met my match with these puzzles. I'm tempted to start to go down a path, but there are so many possibilities. Like I don't know how to split up. Like, I don't mind going down a path if there's only sort of 2 options or 3 options. I've even gone down paths where there are 4 or more options before in some of these puzzles, but yeah, when there's as many as this, and there appear to be, I don't know, 9 different ways, at least, to split this. Like where am I going to put a line between one shape and the other? Could it actually be anywhere? If I put it there, yeah, there's nothing stopping me doing that. Nothing stopping me doing that. Or that. Or that. Or that even. Yeah, I don't think there's anything stopping me from sort of dividing this in any way. That's too many possibilities. Might be able to rule some of them out, but how? Oh, now I'm getting a bit sleepy, even though it's only 3 PM. Right, this looks like it could be this. Maybe I'll assume that they're the same for a moment and see what happens. So I've got to pick a direction now. So let's say that I extend this way, and let's say that's this. I can go one more like so, and that picks up a rose window. I can then go in the other direction like this. And then I can't come here. So I think now I've got to come from here, and again, and then out, and again. And no one can have this, because that would be this space. we can do this differently. Okay, let's go back to here. I wonder if I can rule out sort of this and this being corresponding points of the area. I want them to be more different. Yeah, that's good. Now, do I have that right? Like, maybe I don't even need to... Okay, so I need to sort of meld a T onto the back of it. So it could be there. I can't be here. So if I meld the T, then it's there. Let's say we come back. We grow in this direction. I can see a problem here. I'm not going to be able to work in this hole right now. I need green to be at least in one of these spots. I think I'm going to go with the assumption that they do not correspond. Let's try a different spot for it. What if it were, say, here? Just meld a T onto there. Well, I can't fit it down here, so I suppose it would have to be here. But then I need the space behind the T to exist, and it doesn't here. Do these even... Yeah, they do match, but they're not angry at rose windows, which is very reasonable. So I think these cannot match. So where else can I put this? It does need to be an edge of some description. What about here? Well, someone needs to have this. But then this would be a hole. So what if it's U instead? Does that help? Then sort of the back of the middle stroke of the F is a hole. That would be here. I need this hole to correspond, I think, to an edge. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's sound. And now I'm having second thoughts about this whole thing, this trying to find the matching C. I don't know if this is even a reasonable thing to do. Because what if, you know, this connects to another, oops. What if this connects to another sort of C, and then this C here corresponds to this one? If you see what I mean. Yeah, it doesn't have to correspond to an edge at all. And we could make something akin to a hole by sort of involving not just the interface between the different regions, but also the edge of the map, I think. Shit, I don't know how to... I'm back to square one. Yeah. I don't have the tools for this. The mental tools. I think I'm gonna have to come back to this again later. So that's attempt 2. Well, I guess we're moving up to 5. And good luck. Alright. It's more of the same. Very difficult for me. These pokey things are interesting. I feel like they're going to be important. These 3 pokey bits. I wonder if each of these pokey bits is a different shape, a different region, but I'm not at all sure. So what I'm imagining is something like this and this and this somehow. So hang on, let's see how big this is. 42, so we need 42 divided by 3, whatever that is, 14, I think. Okay, so if it's 14, you're only 9 right now. You're a bit limited. How big are you if you have all of this? 14. Of course, it could be a different shape. I'm imagining for a moment that this square is this square. Then I need at least an L piece out of one side, which might look like that, maybe? Is that reasonable? I don't know. Let's worry about this long piece first, maybe. So 2, 3, 4, 5 in one direction. So instead of that, instead of that square being there, perhaps that square is here. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that direction. 3, 4, 5. And then we've got to go up twice. Uh-oh, we've got a problem here, haven't we? Oh no, we don't, because that's this. And then we've got a tail, like that. But then what? How do I fill in this? I can't copy that. So no, I think this might be nonsense. But I need 14. It needs 2 more. But if this scoops up 2 more here, then it eats another rose window, which is no good. So I think this is a bad start. What was this based on? This was based on me just wanting to soak up one of these pokey corners with each of these. There might be... It might still be true, I think. What if I try to match these ones? So we've got 3, jog, another 3, 3, jog, and then 3 there, but it's got to be 4. That won't fit here. So these don't correspond, at least not as is right now. Okay. Could it be that someone else is coming all the way up here? It's too long, surely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Well, we can fit 7 there, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not fitting 7 in a row. This one then. So I don't think this can be mauve. I think for the same reason it's going to really struggle to be yellow. So I think I can say with something akin to certainty that those are connected. So if I start with that, how can I then copy that to elsewhere? What if this is the same sort of bulb as that? And I don't think that's going to work. Or maybe it is. That's the same, isn't it? But then you don't have a rose window. But if I do... Are these the same shape right now? Yeah. So if I extend that, now we have a rose window. And I might be able to... do the same here. Like so. But then what? They need to be bigger. So you're 10, 11, 12, 11, 12, 13, 13. But you're stuck, aren't you? What if this is all wrong? What if this is something else? Like if this... I don't know how that would fit. Where are my what ifs this time? I think it was just conjecture that this would go to there. It still feels kind of right. I'll ignore that rose window for a moment. This is currently 10, both of these, and they're the same shape. So, what if we're here? Then we need 3 more. Is there some way to fit that in here? I'm in the same position as a minute ago. I need this 2 kind of offset O pieces, and then an antenna. Which would be like that at the moment. And if I extend further, I get this. This is almost seeming okay. It's 12. If they all go back on themselves, then I get this. And they can wiggle again. Hey! That wasn't quite as hard as I thought it was. Now, how did I do that, though? Was that based on assumptions, or was that based on sound reasoning? I don't know. Oh, we're gilded. Look at that. But my stubbornness knows no bounds, and I want to solve those others. I think I should be zooming in and looking more at the windows that I restore. Stupid mouse wheel. My mouse wheel's very broken. That is rather lovely. Let's have a quick look at some of the others that we've built. Area number. Is it the same? Looks like I don't know, some leaves and I don't know what that is. Is that a fruit? Is it a flower? Looks very similar, if not the same. Are they all the same? Again, very similar, if not the same. Ah, this is certainly different. That's really nice. That's not the same, is it? No, not the same. I've probably missed at least a couple. Oh, that's very different. That looks like the painting style that a friend of mine has, an artist friend. She paints these gorgeous, often forest scenes, where she by hand paints in sort of depth of field blur and the bokeh effect and things like that, all by hand. It's very beautiful. I've commissioned a couple of her pieces back when I had a little bit of extra money, which I do not at the moment. That'll do. I've probably missed one or two in this little review, but I think that'll do for now. Let's get back over here. So, I'm still scared of that one. I'm more scared of that than this. Right, okay. This is a lot of regions. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I keep thinking that I've miscounted. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 regions. 168. 168 divided by, did I say 24? 7 region, no, 7, size 7. 24 regions of size 7. Okay, well, what could go here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This could reach there. I was hoping to be able to say that they're definitely connected, but I cannot. Then again, even if they weren't, this has to come here, and therefore they are. Alright. What about you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we could be doing something like that, so I can't say anything about you right now. What about here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, hang on a second. Can I have a square like this? Well, I must be able to. I mean, I've said that this is, yeah, this must be true. So, any shape needs a square. Any region, all regions need to match, and so they all need to have a 2x2 box at least somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could do that like this, but I mean, I'm not allowed to do that. Actually, that's important. That's the only place I could add the 7th square for this region, and it would break things. So that means this cannot reach there, and the others can't reach either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, nothing else can reach there. So that means these are connected. I'm sure I can do other things like that. But where? Doesn't seem like much progress, but at least it's some. Okay, what else? What about you? 5, 6, 7. We could do something like that. But then... or like that. Are there any other ways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that you could get yourself a a lump. Various things like this, but yeah, I suppose that could be a thing. But then it wouldn't work over here, but there might be some configuration that allows that. I feel like I should be able to probably rule that out. I think I can probably say that they're connected, but I don't know how to say that with certainty right now. Okay, what about you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You would have to go all the way around there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And yeah, there's no blob there, so you are connected. You can't do it. You can't do that, so I think you're connected too. What else do we have? Can I say something about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, yeah, it can't be you because you're cut off if we do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think we can say that they are connected. What about you? No. What about you? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. So you're connected. You. 2, 3, 4, 5. Do something like that. I don't think that's possible. So I think you're connected. I might have to just pick a, what's the word, a septomino, and just see what can be done. So there's probably a lot of septominos that are possible, but something like a double ball like this. We could have that. Could have like that, and then I think we're stuck here. I think that's the only place I could put one, and then here I'd be stuck, wouldn't I? There's nowhere that I can do that without grabbing another rose window. So I think I can rule out septominos. I mean, double balls. No. Shit. Okay, I'll draw that again in a moment. Yeah, I think this is where I want to be. Okay, and I can say, I want to draw that better. Ugh, no. I think the first way I did it is better. No, none of that. So what other ones are possible that have a ball like that? In fact, I can base it on what I can do here. Teardrop. Music note. Is music note possible? Have I drawn that well? I don't know if I've drawn that well. There we go. It's a bit better. Let's draw the lines. Good enough. Good enough. Okay, so this is the next try. Will I be able to fit that anywhere? So I think to get it to work here, that isn't the right shape, is it? So it would have to be like this. Yeah, like that. What about here? I think I'd have to do... well, I think there'd be options here, but that would be one of them. What shape were you before I started playing with you? You were like that? Okay. I think we'd be looking at something like this. Where would you be? Maybe like that? I have a feeling that this could be the one. This feels somewhat good for now, but you know, it could be just moments away from finding why it won't work. And this scares me a bit over here. Oh no, we could have something like that. And I could have something like that. A lot of this is guesses. I don't know how we're going to do things in this corner, but there may have been other options here. This looks like it would have to do that. Don't know if you'd go up or down. You might be like this. Oh no, sorry, not like that. Like that, for example. But it looks like this might be messed up if I do that, so maybe not. Maybe like that, and then like this, and then like that. Might have something like this. And that. I feel like there's trouble here, or maybe not. Oh, 2 rose windows, can't have it. Ooh, have I hit a problem? I'll feel like I've cheesed it if I actually do get a solution this way. But at the moment, I don't think I mind that much. Oh, I think I'm seeing problems. That's no good, is it? Oh my goodness. I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah. I would love to know the actual logical steps to getting there. I think I started well with finding that there had to be a 2x2 sub-region, I suppose. And I wonder if I had enumerated all of the possible septominos that have at least a 2x2 region in them, then it might have been that I could rule a lot of them out very quickly, and it may have ended up that I got left with this music note anyway. Well, I'll take it. So I think it's just this one that I've already tried twice left. So it'll be attempt number 3 on this difficulty 4 puzzle in the match area. Now, oh, it's nearly 2 hours. Okay, hopefully I can get this relatively quickly now that I've bolstered by my success on the level 6 puzzle a moment ago. But I still don't know how to begin. I'm going to say that that's the same as this. That's my claim, and I think it's going to fall apart very quickly. So now, there's my C, and there's the matching C. I've got to fill that in, so let's do it this way. But then what? Well, the other side of that is here. And if I connect those up, then I've got this. But then I can't get this. Or can I? If you get that instead, then that's yours. Oh, but now you've got both rows windows, and that's no good. Was this my claim originally? I think it was. I don't think I should be assuming that one edge corresponds to another edge. I really... Oops. Sorry about that. Just sort of got to make a decision about who owns what, don't I? I mean, that's the whole puzzle. So let's say that these are separate regions. Really don't know where to go from there, even if this were right, which I'm sure it isn't. Can I separate certain areas, even without coloring it in? Can I just draw some lines, perhaps, to say that certain things do not attach to each other, and then maybe I can expand that onwards and onwards until I have something solid. So I wonder, for example, if this can connect to here. I think I've started down this line of thinking earlier, but I don't know how far I got. So I'll draw that again, but first I want to remind myself. So I need 21 in each region. That's 9 of them, so it needs a bunch more. And this one, like if this took the maximum it could in order to be able to get out, it needs to get out. So it would have to come around here, and therefore I can say it carves out at least that much. Is this the right way to think about this? So this is if, this is my assumption. My hypothesis is that this cell and this cell are connected. That's the hypothesis that I'm exploring right now. So these could connect in a slightly different way. Yes, it could do, something like this instead. But this, even if it soaked up all available space, what if this connected in a more ridiculous way? Like, actually, yeah, it needs to sneak up here. So this is the sort of the least, the shortest path between there and there, or rather the path that gives this green window as much space as possible. And if it takes it all, it's 17 at this point. So at minimum, it's this much. And so let's follow that through. And so we'd have something like that to give more space for green over here. I don't know. Or maybe I should just sort of show that it's unknown. This one could be empty. It's difficult to show because this piece could be... Well, hang on, let's see. 21 max. So... I'm wondering if this could have that. And I think the answer is no, because then this one can't be big enough. So I think this would have to be taken by purple. And so this is our assumption at the moment. We've got 9 there. So if you took all of that, you would still need more space here. If you took all of this, it's still not big enough. So you'd need to be something like this. So these are our current shapes, 15 and 16. Now I need to start looking at whether it's possible for them to be the same as each other, and I don't know. I don't know how to find that out. So say that this soaks up all the space there. It still needs another 4. So it could do something like that, and then this. And clearly they're not the same shape. So now I have to find out if I can actually make them the same as each other. They 22 and 22? No, it should be 21 and 21. Okay. So... I should backtrack a little to... I think it was like this-ish? Don't know who has those. So I think if these were connected, then this is the minimal space that each one can take up. I think it was something like that. So now how do we try to say that it's impossible? Well, I need to match the shapes up with each other somehow. How in the world do I do that? So, wherever they touch each other, and wherever they touch an edge, those are sort of the bits of the shape that I know must exist. So here's a T, let's call that 1. Here is a C, let's call that 2. A C with a sort of back. Wait, do I know about this? I don't think I know that. So there's a C that I'm going to call 2. And I shouldn't have done that. Sort of, I don't know how to. So 1 and 2, they connect to each other, and then 2 has this Cassiopeia attached to it. And, oh, we've got a Cassiopeia here as well. How can I... Well, this looks kind of similar, doesn't it? Cassiopeia connected to a C. I've got Cassiopeia connected to a C. But the top of that Cassiopeia also needs to be a T piece, which is here, and it would be there. So these do not match up as they are. But possibly there's another way to see it. Like here's a C. Can I connect that to a Cassiopeia somewhere? Like here, perhaps? This looks not bad. So if I extend that, then here's my Cassiopeia. Let's turn it into a T, like this one. It's got a C. And then we're going back 4 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we go back on ourselves, like that. Just before we go back on ourselves... wait, where am I? No, that's it, isn't it? So they're the same... No. So there's all this nonsense, which I haven't got on this side. I've gone and confused myself. So hang on, I've got to enumerate these. 1, 2. We've got 1, 2. So I'm just going to call that 3. And then after the C, we've got a long thing that goes back on itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that. Let's call this 4. But then I need that. That would be here. Not to mention all this, which has to be here. So this doesn't look good. This is just too tall, isn't it? It's too tall. I can't make that shape here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. I mean, it is spanning the entire height of the board. So I think some of this was guesswork, that much at least. So I'm going to say that I don't think it's possible for these to connect. So that was so that's me claiming that this connected to this is not the case. So somewhere between here and here, or rather, so what I think now is that green, this is part of green, that's what I think. I don't know how much that helps me. I wish I could see the step I'm supposed to make. Where's my in? Where can I get a foothold? Can I run the same logic? I mean, that took a long time, but can I run it, for example, for this space? I don't know this, do I? So far all I'm claiming, I think, is that, really. Now, can I say whether this comes up here? If it did, I need green to touch this, to touch the hole. So I think purple would have to do all of that in order to make that come true. And green would do something like this. Does that look completely impossible? I don't know. Yeah, my approach here is based on dreams and not much more, I think. As much as it pains me, I think I'm just gonna have to start drawing some shapes and hoping. So yeah, let's do some dreaming. Okay, so how am I gonna split this? If I split it there, I don't know, let's make a silly guess that this C is like this C. And is that the same shape? No. C, poke out. Oh, no, that won't work at all. No, so that does not correspond to there. What about a shape like that, here and here? Maybe I tried that earlier, come to think of it. I think that's the same. But then I need this to be part of the other shape. So I need something like that. What I'm doing. This has got to be frustrating to watch. I apologize. But yeah, I should probably leave this one alone. It seems so much harder than all the others for me. Just wish I could find a single logical move. Like, I think, I'm not certain, but I think these are not connected, and therefore these are, but I think that's all I have. So I suppose maybe I do have a single step, but I don't think it's got me awfully far. I think what I'm going to do is take a break, and then I'll come straight back to this puzzle. So, bye for now, and I'll be right back. Alright, back from a short break, and here we are again. I had to restart the game. It went unresponsive when I was away, but it remembered this part, even if it didn't remember my notes. So I think all I'd decided was that this was not connected to this. And I don't know if that's worth leaving up. I think I can remember that part. So, I think what I'd like to explore With the other puzzle, I was looking at how big the areas needed to be in terms of bounding box. I think maybe I can approach this in a similar way. So if this is hitting this edge, I think I'm going to make an assumption, even if that's not safe to do, that one of the shapes is sort of largest up-down and the other is largest east-west. So I'm assuming a rotation, maybe a flip as well, but a rotation. So I'm going to assume, just for now, that one shape is going to touch this side and the other is going to do something like this. And so what do I have here? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks somewhat possible so far, and if I just rotate and no further, then, well, let's fill some more in. I can do this, and this, and let's try and turn these into actually the same shape now. So I think this is what I've got. These are the same right now. So I need this to have this. Is this going to be it? This actually looks... It looks a bit reasonable. Now I've got to fill in this gap. So it's 2 more coming back on itself. And 1 here. Then what? Well, I don't know how I'm going to do this thing. That's maybe a problem. I'm a little bit... Hang on, I've got myself confused now. So... This is my start point. And that was here, wasn't it? So I'm going to call that point A. In fact, let's sort of line that up. And then diagonally from that to the right, it's going to be this arrow. And I've got a long arrow like this. And then hopefully that's going to help me sort of see where things are the same. Right, also from the arrow, I've got a backwards L. That's this. And that extends to here. And this last dot takes me out on a 4 size. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then below that, we've got 2 more. Oops. Below that, we've got 2 more. So that's these. But then I need one to the right of the arrow, and that ought to be here. Also, I wouldn't be able to do any of this, would I? Now, what if we're flipped? What if it's not just a rotation, but also a flip? Would that help me? So I think I'm going to clear these and start back at something like this. I still want that purple. I like that purple. Yeah, I think if I assume we've got something like this. Well, what's this gonna be? I don't think I'm going to be able to do something like this. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 by 6. And I don't think that's realistic here. Maybe we've got these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe? I still don't know how to map them together. It was looking promising for a moment earlier, but no longer. I want to try. Did I already try? These points being equivalent to these points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to one side or the other. Let's say I'm mirroring 2 more, but I need to go both sides from here. So what if instead that's no good, is it? Okay, what if we're here instead? And we're mirroring. So these would be these. 2 right, 2 left. I don't have this piece. This piece here would be here. So that's no good. What if... What if I assume these are the same? I mean, I can already tell this isn't going to go well. That's these. That would be this. That would be this. And then, oops, that's here. Fill that in. And that's this. And then I don't... These here and here, they'd be... where... That one I can do. Oh, wait, that's that. It's this piece. I've got lost. So that was my beginning. I've got these. Oh, I've already screwed up. So this was okay here, but then I don't have this. And I don't think I'm going to be able to save myself from that. Not if these map to each other. I still think I must be approaching this completely wrongly. It was looking rather good for a moment though. There's 3 here, and then 3 offset, that's this. This. And the 3, like so. stuck for... Am I getting confused again? So I'm just mirroring across the center here and offsetting. So yeah, this piece here would correspond to this, but that's already taken. I feel like I've done something wrong here. I gotta think this one through again. Let's backtrack some of this away. Like, the reason I'm not stopping right now is because I don't know the logic. Like, what if this could somehow come in? But of course it can't. Of course it can't. No, I think this is a complete non-starter. Alright. So that's no good. What else can I try? So I think this is all I know still. I'm tempted to do something with some software to kind of chop this up and rotate it and see what I can make map to what. Just because I can't do it in my head, it seems. And I'm wondering what the best way to do that would be. Alright, I've been bashing my head against this puzzle for the last 2.5 hours. Cutting all of that because it was just not fruitful whatsoever. I was in a different piece of software, flipping things over, rotating them, just trying to make it work, and I made absolutely no headway. A few times I thought I had proven a few facts about it, but every time, yeah, I just didn't get anywhere. I then doubted those facts and had to go back and try to reprove things, and I wasn't sure at any point. So I'm giving up for the day. This one is too hard. This one is absolutely destroying me. I will definitely give it another try, but I might do some different puzzles first. And that won't be today. So that's it. I've met my match with a puzzle, and that's okay. I'm glad that it's a challenge. Not sure how much I'm enjoying this particular challenge, but it's just going to take that moment of a eureka moment, you know. There's going to be something at some point where I suddenly realize, this is a way of thinking about it that I hadn't seen. And hopefully that'll happen next time I give it a try. But anyway, that'll be it for now. Alright, it's a new day. Renewed enthusiasm for the puzzle. I've decided that I need to start again from first principles. I'm here. Now, until now, I've been trying to start from this square arbitrarily, and I've been trying to figure out whether it connects to this rose window or this rose window. And are these called rose windows, or is the whole window a rose window? I don't know, it doesn't matter. This symbol or this symbol. And I thought that I ruled out that it was this one. And therefore, I've been making the assumption that these are connected. And I want to try again, because with a fresh mind, I want to try again. I wonder if I made a mistake. So I'm going to go back to this drawing software here. So I'm fooling around with things. And so what I've got here, basically, is this messy version of the shape of the puzzle, and one of these objects is a clone of the other, and that means that whatever I do to one of them happens to the other. And so let's get rid of that, and let's start with just this cell in the corner. I'm going to get rid of I'm going to say that I'm going to say that anything pink is for sure, and nothing is for sure yet, and I don't know where its other half is, so I'll just move that off of the map for now. So for now, I'm just going to draw a messy line like I had before I just deleted that, and let's say I want to connect it to this one here. So one option is to go all the way around the left side of the map, right, and connect this from sort of below. So if we were coming all the way around here, we'd end up with something like this. And let's make that outlined. And that is a big mess, but you can kind of see where it is. Now, is there anywhere that I can put this? And I think the answer is, oops, didn't mean to move its center there. I think the answer is going to be no. Like, I don't think there's enough space on the map for this, no matter which way I rotate it. So let's try pointing right. And I mean, I can see there that even if I were to flip this, it's just not going to happen. Even if it did fit something like this, I would need these parts to extend, right? And that corresponds to these. So that's not going to work. Let's try facing downwards. And that almost looks like maybe a thing, but no, there's so much overlap there. Actually, maybe I should color this in. Let's color it in transparent red. No, let's not. Let's go cyan or something. Because then when they overlap, it'll be a bit more obvious, a bit brighter. So yeah, I don't think there's any way that's going to fit. Even if I flip it, I think. Like, that looks almost like something, but I've been here before, and well, I mean, this requires me to go out of bounds, and so that's not just going to happen. It's not going to be allowed. Plus, I need to somehow fill in this piece next to it, and that's not going to happen. There's nothing corresponding here. So let's rotate again. Now we're pointing leftwards, and there's nowhere that's going to fit. It doesn't matter if I flip it. It's just too long. And if it points upwards, again, I don't think there's any possible way to make that happen. So I'm going to say it does not connect to this one via the left side of the map. So instead, let's draw a new version of this that goes around the right side of the map, or just straight to this. But if it did go straight to this, it needs all of this. And something's going to have to take up this big chunk of space here. Does this seem reasonable? Maybe it does. This one would have to grab this other rose window somehow. Oh, hang on, no. This spot isn't going to work because this... let's see. Yeah, I mean, if I think to... I think I'd have to pull something out here for that, and that's an overlap. So we can't be here. Is there somewhere else we can be? I can't have this, because if I extend this by 1, I would have to extend this by 1. And same problem, I need to get something out of the back of its neck here, which I think would be, yeah, sort of here. Oh. I mean, that's okay, but then we've got to go... Well, hang on. Is this reasonable? If this comes a bit further out, and I'm making such a mess of this. How am I going to grab this? Can this one take this? No, this one's already got this rose window. That's the forbidden zone. So this one would have to have it, but we can't. But this isn't necessarily the starting point. Oh, that looks kind of reasonable. Okay, let's make this a little neater. Let's just make all these straight lines for a start. And tidy up. You're here, you're here, you're here. Yeah, this is looking promising. Oh, that's exciting. Okay. I was actually intending to rule this out, but this is looking like it could go somewhere. Hang on, I'm on the wrong tool. Some of these nodes, don't need them all. Straight line, please. One thing I don't like in Inkscape is that if I had straight lines and then I delete some, sometimes it turns some of them into curves, like that, just there. Why? Okay, now, how am I going to soak up more of this space? So, this part here, that corresponds to here, doesn't it? So, yeah, that looks okay. Can I have this? Oh dear. Right, or maybe the other side. Maybe, I mean, yeah, the mirror wants that, so... let's see, can we come this way? Yes. Maybe we don't. Maybe come this way instead. That looks good. And then, what's this? Yes, that's the right way. But what about that? We can do that. We can do that. All I've got to do is this. And then what? How do I get this? Can it be you? Maybe not. Maybe it can. Hang on, hang on. Oh, there. That looks good. That looks good. How big are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I need another 5 for each. I could have counted here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 5 each. So this one has to grow. So it's going to come out here. That looks good. Oh, I think we're going to have this. And it still needs to grow, so you've got to be larger. Then what, are we going to go this way? That looks good. and this way, I think. And I think I've done it. Oh boy, was that a hard puzzle. Okay, so I've now just got to... I'll move this to my other screen. There we go. Alright, so what did I have? I've got one snaking up to here. And down here. Nope. Like that. And also taking this. And I think that's it. Oh my goodness, that was a hard puzzle. By far, I think this is the one I've spent longest on. I'm glad I gave up yesterday and looked at it with fresh eyes today. So let's close this software. I don't need that anymore. All right. That, I think, by far was the hardest puzzle that I've had to do so far. And yeah, it's the only time that I've actually relied on, on using drawing software to mirror something for me, just because I cannot visualize that kind of shape and rotate it in my mind. Absolutely not. Very impressive if some people can do that, but that's not me. So where are we now? We're at 22 plus 2 on match, and well, I'll have a quick look around in case there's any hidden ones that I can see. Hiding under there, maybe? I think I'm going to go have some food, but then play the next section. But that'll be... I'll meld this onto the video I took yesterday. I think that might be it for the match section. And holy shit, was that hard. Alright then. Yeah, I think with that, I'll call it. Thank you very much for watching. I think I will cut a lot of the footage of that puzzle when I was fooling around in drawing software for a really long time there. Yeah, I'm glad I got there in the end. Anyway, I'm excited to keep playing. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.